And I'm just going to review the Landmark Forum because I feel that it's something that everyone needs to do because the benefits are absolutely amazing. What you learn or discover about yourself is beyond words. In fact, it was the best thing I've done in my life. And that is saying something. We're after the star magic and the revelations of the star magic and all the celestial cosmic light codes, and also the Dharma practice, the NKT. That was really powerful. I'd done that for several years before, and then all the experiences I had at university. Absolutely amazing stuff, but Landmark is just knocked all that out of the water really. I just feel so much more confident, so much more myself, so much more grounded, assertive, authentic, and just really full of energy and just wanting to go for things. And it's like really rubbing off in every area of my life already, and I do fully resonate with it. So I went to London Euston a week ago to do the Landmark Forum, which is 3 full days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Tuesday evening. Stayed over with some friends. We shared a room in London, just down the road from the venue. The hours are very intensive. It starts at 9 in the morning and finishes about 10 at night, which on the 3 full days. And we do a lot of processes or distinctions, and in a group of about 200 people, and then you have a chance of going up front and receiving some live coaching from the course leader, who was Burku, who was absolutely amazing. She was an example to everyone, and got to meet loads of wonderful people, an amazing time. And there was there was a point in the first day where I hadn't had much sleep because I quit smoking a couple of days before, and my body was detoxing from that. And then I was all moving to London and not being able to sleep the first night I was over there, and then then I had to take time out of the session, and I nearly I had to actually really pull myself together to actually continue doing it, and I'm so glad I did. It's been absolutely amazing the next 2 days. Oh, and I got a little fly on my face. I love it. Anyway, yeah, so it's been fantastic, and I mean the highlights are many highlights, and I wouldn't know where to start really. But yeah, some of the distinctions were quite interesting, like being a player on the court rather than a spectator in the audience. So it's all like being actively involved and playing and being immersed in your game of life rather than watching from the stands and letting things pass you by. And then there was like being inside the box, which is like being like a robot, and not like following the rules, or being like asleep with your head in the sand type idea, and being like being outside of the box and actually seeing other people who are trapped inside the frozen box. It's like escaping the Matrix or being in the Matrix. You make a decision, the blue pill, the red pill, basically. It's that sort of thing. So it's really resonant with what I'm about, which is great. And yeah, and then there were so many things like rackets, which are like these complaints that buzz around your head, like these mosquitoes around this little grove of trees in the park. And it's like, yeah, these complaints that keep going up, these negative thoughts that steal your energy, letting them go and understanding what they are, and catching them before they create emotions like anxiety or anger or anything else that comes up, like jealousy or pride, those sort of things that really sort of sabotage your relationships and your process in life. And also there's this thing about the vicious circle, and going around like the factual events and how it has happened, and then you create a story around that, and the story keeps going around and round and creates rackets, and then you have this vicious circle that you start adding, projecting from the factual events into the story, and the story gains momentum that it totally cripples you. It becomes more like a trauma rather than just some story that you'd write a novel about. But it's a similar idea as to writing a novel or play, but it becomes like a straitjacket to your life. And then there was another one that came through during the Tuesday evening about a breakthrough. It was like when you're actually putting things into action and somebody taking risks and going out there and shining your light and speaking your truth, that sometimes things get a bit too hard and they fall apart. And then you have a choice: either you let it fall apart and you don't interact, and you just sit back and become a spectator and maybe feel a bit down and depressed, or you take one of many courses of action and you keep going, taking risks no matter how hard it is, and until you actually get through. And then there was like difference between choice and a decision, which is quite interesting. You choose to be a non-smoker because you choose to be a non-smoker, not for any other reason. So it's like the example that Burke used was between vanilla and chocolate ice cream, and she had someone up on stage, and it was like quite phenomenal that she was talking about that. And it took a while for him to actually get it. He kept on giving like a reason, which is like a decision is based on a reason or a premise, whilst a choice is just a choice because you choose. I actually did have the opportunity to talk on stage 3 times, twice on the first day. I think I talked about what I did and what I wanted out of Landmark on one of them, about one of the distinctions, I think, on another one. And then I think it was a Sunday, I asked about the advanced Landmark and what it was worth doing and what I get out of it. And I was one of the graduates were there as well, and I decided to book onto that because I could see the value and benefit of doing Landmark, and also there's the seminars in the evenings. I don't know how it's going to pan out with the job that I've got. That'll be interesting. I'm asking the universe for alignment and resonance with that, so it works well with my job, and I'll get further on with things. But I've been that like a lot of energy since. I've really enjoyed it. Even though it's been really hard. I got to see some of London as well. I did a long 4 hours walking with Luke and Safina on the Landmark. A night in London on the Monday night. We had loads of homework as well, which was like quite tough actually. Calling family and people, like friends, writing these letters. Acknowledging and apologising and basically closing and clearing things, and it's all about a process of clearing stuff, clearing and more clearing, and it gets deeper and deeper, and it can go on for years and years. The rest of my life I'll be clearing things, I bet, and it's going to feel great. It's going to feel even better again and again, and I've just been like really buzzing since, and really just look forward to life. And life is good, life is great, life is fantastic, resplendent, beautiful, amazing. I am amazing, I am beautiful, I am resplendent, I am lovely, and I am alive, activated, empowered, and ready to go, ready to move forward. And that is what nothing else has done for me before. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Landmark team. Thank you very much, Berku. Thank you very much, all the people that are on Landmark and all the people that are on the other Landmark groups. And thank you very much, universe, for providing this fantastic opportunity.